Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Thank you to all of you that have subscribed to my football channel. If you've come over from my boxing channel, thank you very much. If you don't know that I have a boxing channel and you like your boxing, the link to the boxing channel is in the description below. All right, let's talk about Mo Salah. Difficult conversation to have. Look guys, I'm a Liverpool fan. I don't want this channel just to be about Liverpool, but obviously I'm probably going to talk more about Liverpool than any other club on this channel. And it's about time we have this awkward conversation. It's not easy, this. It's not easy because Mo Salah is arguably Liverpool's greatest ever Premier League player. And that's in itself one hell of a compliment because I am the biggest Steven Gerrard fan on planet Earth. And I never ever thought I'd put anyone even close to Steven Gerrard. And Mo Salah is not just close to Steven Gerrard. There will be some Liverpool fans that think he's eclipsed Steven Gerrard. I don't share that opinion, but he is very, very, very close. And I'm not mad at anyone that says he is Liverpool's greatest ever Premier League player. He is in a debate, a conversation for the greatest ever Premier League player. I mean, again, that's only been really Thierry Henry, or maybe some might say Alan Shearer, Ronaldo. Some will say Ryan Giggs. He's now in that conversation. So before I start talking about is the end nigh, let's give this man some credit. I mean, he's been at Liverpool 9 seasons. The first 8 seasons were just insane. I mean, his first season where he scored 44 goals, I didn't know what we had signed. And then you thought, okay, there's going to be a drop-off. And look, there was a drop-off from 44 goals, obviously, because that was Messi, Ronaldo-like. But the way he's been consistent, and every single season, everyone was like, okay, next season you're not going to do it, and then he does it. He has been just outstanding for Liverpool. Again, Liverpool's greatest ever Premier League player, maybe. But without doubt, Liverpool's second greatest ever Premier League player. How he's been able to adjust without Firmino there, without Mane there, always finding a different strike partner, always finding different partnerships. He's been the one that stayed, right? Everyone else has gone and it's just been him in that forward line. I think Mo Salah's been incredible. But there comes a time when even the best players, unfortunately, start to show signs of age, wear and tear. A yard of pace starts to drop off. And that time is now with Mo Salah. It is. Mo Salah this time last season, he started to drop off a little bit. But around this time last season, Mo Salah was well within the conversation for the best player in the world. Like, you know, Mo Salah was Ballon d'Or Salah. I mean, that was the name being bandied about. We thought, okay, finally he's going to get his hands on that trophy. A trophy that's eluded him for 8 seasons. A trophy where I feel like his body of work deserves, right? He's always been very, very close, but again, he's been in the Messi, Ronaldo era, so it was always going to be difficult. But that's how good Mo Salah was around this time last season. Then he kind of tailed off towards the end of the season, but everyone did because the title was wrapped up and it almost felt like everyone had started to play with their beach slippers on. But you kind of saw signs that, okay, maybe the yard of pace has started to drop off a little bit, but the numbers were still good. The assist numbers were good. The goals were still good. This season, I mean, the drop-off's been incredible. And look, there are many reasons as to why that is the case. I think people need to understand his relationship with Diogo Jota. I mean, that relationship was like that. Honestly, these two were like that. And that, it's hard to quantify how big an effect that's had on Salah, how big an effect that's had on the whole team. We saw how emotional Salah was in the first couple of games of the season. There clearly is an issue with Salah and the hierarchy, whether it be Salah and the ownership, Salah and Arne Slot, but there clearly is an issue, hence why Salah spoke out. But I only can judge Salah because all that stuff we don't really know and can't quantify. I can only judge Salah from what I'm seeing on the pitch. And I was watching the West Ham game yesterday, and it was strange. It's a 5-2 victory, but it didn't feel like that. Like even 3-0 at first half didn't quite feel like 3-0 at first half. West Ham had a few chances. But I was just watching Salah, and I was desperate for Salah to do something in that game. Like, if you were to have told any Liverpool fan, Liverpool has scored 5 and Salah hasn't scored any, you'd be like, you're crazy. course Salah's got a couple. Of course he's got a couple of assists. It's Mo Salah. And I was desperate for him to kind of get his name on the score sheet, a run, a mazy run, show me something. And we didn't really see it. What Salah got this season in terms of goals? Was it 4 Premier League goals? 5? I was desperate at the start of the season for him to crack 200 Premier League goals. I think he's stuck on 188. He hasn't scored a Premier League goal in 10 now. Was it 10? I think it's 10. It's concerning, people. It's concerning. And you know the thing is, when a player, any player like that, when they are of that importance to the club, and Salah most certainly is that important to Liverpool, hence the new contract at the end of last season, when you start to see a drop-off, whether it be pace, whether it be anything, you almost try and find a different position for him just because of his importance on the pitch. Like, I still think Salah's important on the pitch, regardless of the numbers. I still think if you're a defender, you're still thinking, okay, I've still got to maybe get a couple of men on Salah, right? Because he's that important, and that leaves openings for Wirtz and Ekitike. But even that doesn't really seem to be happening at the moment. He's tracking back, which, again, he was critiqued for, wasn't he? Like, Salah's not tracking back, and he's causing a problem to whether it be Conor Bradley or Frimpong or Szoboszlai. He's now doing the running back, so he's doing what's asked of him. But ultimately, the most important thing for Salah, and the most important thing for Salah as a Liverpool player, is the assist and the goals. And those have dried up quite a lot. But yeah, look, when a player is that important to the club, you almost feel like, okay, can we find another position for him? Like, is there something else he can do? Again, I mentioned how close he was to Gerrard in sort of the Liverpool all-time Premier League rankings. Gerrard started really as an 8, and then when Fernando Torres came, he came really a 10. And then when Gerrard's legs went a bit, he became deeper and deeper, and then kind of moved into a number 6 role. So Gerrard we kind of found positions for Gerrard, and then eventually Gerrard came off the bench, didn't like that, and then hence the move to LA Galaxy. Jordan Henderson, a great example. Again, someone that maybe started to play a bit deeper. He wasn't as box-to-box anymore, and he didn't accept coming off the bench, but it was easier to do that move with Jordan Henderson. You just can't see that with Salah. Like, we know he's not accepting coming off the bench. I mean, he's not accepting getting subbed. And look, I like that. There's a part of me that's like, okay, well, one second. I don't want a player to be happy being subbed, right? I mean, but he's not accepting that position. And I don't see another role for him. I was looking at this thinking, could Salah go through the middle? Could Salah play a number 9 where maybe he doesn't need as much pace? And could we do something there? Could Salah maybe drop into a 10 and do something there? And I just don't think so. I wouldn't mind seeing the experiment as a 10, just to give Salah's run a bit more longevity at the club. Because I'm not one of those people that like get rid of Salah. Absolutely not. He's done so much for the club. I almost feel like the credit in the bank for Salah is incredible. Like, we talk about the credit in the bank for Slot because he won the league last season. Look what Salah's done for this club over 8 seasons. So I'm not one of those, get him out of the club in the summer, his legs have gone. No. I would like to see something, some sort of trial, right? Again, let's see if he can do through the middle. He's done that position before. Not great at it, but he's done it before. Let's see if he can play the 9. Let's see if he can play the 10. Let's see if there's a conversation about coming off the bench, which I don't think he'll accept, but let's see if there is a conversation with that. I mean, I don't know, man. You hear the whispers. I mean, we heard the whispers in the summer about Salah potentially going to Saudi Arabia. I mean, those aren't going away anytime soon, especially considering what happened before AFCON and him coming out speaking to the media. Those rumours became bigger and bigger and bigger. So you must feel like, ultimately, you feel like maybe the end is nigh for Mo Salah. And, you know, I think the biggest thing for Salah as well, and I think this must be difficult for any superstar to take, any superstar in any sport, is maybe when you're not the man at the club in terms of the go-to. Like, now, you'll hear fans, rival fans, players talk about, I don't know, we need to find a way to stop Ekitike and Wirtz. All of a sudden, there almost needs to be like a baton handed from Salah to Isak, Wirtz and Ekitike. And I think there's a struggle there. And I don't think Salah wants to let go of not being the man, when ultimately those 3 probably are the future. But it's a difficult handover from being the go-to man, as Salah has been since he arrived at the club, maybe not necessarily the first few months because Coutinho was still there. I think people forget that. And he was the man. But since Coutinho left, Salah has been the go-to man for 8 years. For 8 years. You know how difficult that must be now to hand over the baton to Vert, Ekitike and Isak? Must be super difficult. So look, I don't know what happens. Again, I'd love to see Salah stay on at the club. I'd love to see Salah find his scoring touch. I mean, there are still assists in there. He still does have that bit of magic. I think we've seen that since he came back from AFCON, but it isn't quite the same. It isn't quite the same. And there'll be fans of other teams that have seen their best players come to the end, and, you know, it's a struggle. How do you end that relationship? What do you do? And I do believe that relationship ends in the summer. I do believe Salah moves on. And I just hope that from now until the end of the season, not many games left, obviously Champions League, FA Cup potential, hopefully he can pick up another trophy. And if he does, I mean, if he picks up the Champions League, then without doubt, he goes down as Liverpool's greatest ever Premier League player, without doubt. I mean, if he picks up an FA Cup, there's that conversation. But for me, it's still Steven Gerrard. But again, no argument if it's Mo Salah. Guys, what do you think? I'd be very interested to get your views on this. Again, it's an emotional subject because Mo Salah's Mo Salah. I mean, he's been sensational. And for me, again, there's credit in the bank. Anyone that's kind of almost saying, okay, put a fork in him, he's done, I think you're crazy. It looks more than a dip of form. It does. But I still think we still have, as fans, to get behind Mo Salah. Because that guy has given us, I mean, hundreds of glorious nights. And I don't think someone like him needs to be jumping online and seeing people say, get rid of him, he's done, he should be subbed, he should be dropped. I think there's more of get behind him and let's see if he can have one more run left in the 33-year-old's legs. All right, guys, anyway, look, let me know what you think. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. We are trying to grow it. And again, this is a Liverpool fan making football content, but I do want to talk about other football teams as well, not just the Premier League, Championship, all over Europe and internationals.